Rapper Tekashi 6ix9ine. Okay, Sunday, 4 o'clock in the morning, he was filming a music video shoot in Brooklyn, out of his hometown, okay? And it was three gunmen. One gunman apparently blocked his driveway with a car and proceeded to pistol whip him until he was unconscious. Now, he had $750,000 worth of jewelry the gentleman stole and $20,000 cash. I believe most of it was rented, and he was there to a lot of these rappers rent these things, these lavish things that they can't afford in order to, just play that image that, okay, they out here doing this. And he was doing this for the music video in order to gain clout and for the music industry that he's labeled on. And it's pretty sad, man. They drove him around, according to sources, man, and TMZ. They drove them around in the car after they pistol whipped him, and he was conscious to the point that he told him, like, listen, I need to go to the hospital. He wanted them to take him to the hospital, but the drivermen, they drove him around, and they was saying, like, listen, bro, we gonna drop you off into the intersection. They dropped him off at the intersection, and that's when the paramedics, I guess, received it, and they should have seen what he was, and they took him to the hospital, nearest hospital, and that's where he was treated. He's still hospitalized, I want to say, to this day right now. And I believe, hopefully, this is a wake-up call from Mr. Tekashi 6ix9ine. It's really interesting because I did a video, not a video, but I did some research about him and his biography, man. He came up from a poor background. I believe his father was killed due to some gang violence, so he was left with his mother. His mother pretty much, was very poor, and he was living in poverty. It was to the point that he had to wear, like, old school shoes to his classroom, man, and the kids used to make fun of him. His stomach used to growl so much to the point that he couldn't, his mother used to hear it, and she used to cry in the bedroom because she knew she didn't have no type of funds to actually feed him. Now, I don't know if he was on Section 8 in that particular time, but it can be very sad, and I'm not justifying his behavior because I understand that, he was, yelling out and going against Chief Keef and calling out of the Chicago violence and insinuating and inviting violence inside his life, man. And you live by the sword and you die by the sword. I don't want nothing to happen to these young men. I really want him to have a wake-up call, and I hate for something bad to happen to him because so many people, man, is just living their lives just trying to get back at individuals, and that's their initial motivation. And Tekashi 6ix9ine, he rose against, like, I want to say poverty, man. He makes a lot of money in the gangster rap, and I'm not a huge fan of him. I listened to one song called Gumbo, and Gumbo was number 12 in the U.S. Billboard, I believe, that dropped last year, man. And he was going up there. I mean, he had made connections with 50 Cent, Floyd Mayweather, so he was going out there, going to the Dominican Republic, and taking care of his daughter and his wife. And luckily, the gunman did not go into their apartment and assaulted them. But with this young man, they prayed for him over in the Breakfast Club. He had over, like, a whole bunch of millions of views in the Breakfast Club. And Charlamagne the God, what I like about him is that he said, like, listen, man, you got this money. You just need to calm down, man. Just do you. Just rap. Do not invite any type of unnecessary rap beats. Do not go personal because these people will out here and kill you, man. The hip-hop industry is already violent. For the most part, and it's already, like, vindictive, man, as it is. I just feel like this young man, he's challenging his energy in the wrong way. And, he doesn't need his life to be taken away or violence to happen to him. He needs to come out here, man. He has a huge influence. For, like, as if God can speak to him on this Sunday, man, while he's lying on that hospital bed, and just have a different incentive on things, on life, man, and just understand that, listen, violence is not the answer. Okay, now the Jay-Z and Nas, that's, totally, completely different, man. But with him and Tekashi, I just feel like, man, he needs to just wake him, man. Just calm down, man. Just research, get your knowledge up, man, and just learn about yourself. That's all I have to say, man. Just learn about yourself, man, and just stop, just participate in this crap, man. Because as you can see, when you diss Chief Keef flew all the way to New York trying to find him, and you just want to perfect your craft and do the best you can be, man. So, just be the best you can be, Tekashi 6ix9ine. I'm gonna pray for you because harsh words stirs up answers, but a gentle answer turns away wrath. You have to be right, and be okay with what you say, man. And you can't just be arrogant because in Matthew 23:12, I think he says, those who humble themselves will be exalted, and whoever exalts themselves shall be humble. I hope this is a good message to Mr. Tekashi 6ix9ine. I don't know how his religious belief is, but when a pastor came to him, and I want to say maybe earlier last year on a Breakfast Club, and prayed for the young man, he was listening and he was being respectful. But I think this is maybe an act, but this acting can really hurt his life. And just be mindful, Mr. Tekashi 6ix9ine. Love you, man. I'm not a huge fan of you, but I don't wish no type of ill will. But the thing about God is that He will accept you for who you are, but you have to really be willing to confess on your sins. He said, if you're faithful and just, if you confess your sins, He will be forgiven because He was faithful and just, and He will purify you from all unrighteousness. I just think that he needs to get a new character, just be around good people, good sponsorships, because the young people that he was with, man, according to the Breakfast Club, I mean, they was kind of like just taking up for him and justifying what he was doing. He had a huge fight in LAX airport. It's just unnecessary. You're 21 years old, I want to say maybe 21, 22, young man. Making this money. You want to be proudful. You got a daughter. You have to protect her. You have to protect your wife, man, and financially, mentally, and spiritually. And you can't do that when you just inviting unnecessary violence and stress into your life, man. Just going out here saying you're a blood and just attacking people's character, man. Now, I can see if you're minding your own business, you're doing what you can, and people just messing with you. That's a totally different story, though. But if you want the Lord to walk and work in your life, I just truly believe that you got to watch what you say. And it was a really sad thing. I'm glad he's been hospitalized. I'm glad he's not killed. Nobody didn't kill him or anything, or they just took his jewelry and his money. But you just gotta go out there. You gotta continue to finish, man. Just this is life is a long race, man. And I just think that it's not cool to, for the most part, just have that motivation just to get people, or just tell people, hey, I'm on here now because I rise over poverty. I'm better than you, like. And then, you just be watching what you say, man. This gangster stuff, man, all this, it's all entertainment. But for you, it can cost you your life, man. You're very young, man. And the rap industry is really not, it doesn't really have any longevity unless you're an independent artist, like, Tech9, people who really own their record companies, man, or you're a Jay-Z or something. But should be something temporary, man. And I just hopefully somebody can come and mentor this young man, but before it's too late, people projecting him not to make it during the summer, man. I mean, this is really sad, and all these connections that you're building, just don't take it for a grain of salt, man. There's a lot of people that wish to be in your positions that can, make a lot of money doing what they love to do, is rapping, man, and creating the art. Just involve yourself in that, man, and just stay out the way. That's my best like advice to Mr. Tekashi 6ix9ine. And just reading this article, just he's kind of got a huge swole cheek. Maybe he can learn something from this, man, and change from his ways. So because it might take that, but this is what I really have to really say, man, about this Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, man, and hopefully this all goes away. But just turn from your laws, man, and you don't have to prove nothing to nobody. You're not here on this earth just to prove like I'm the big baddest guy here. I mean, that was something to get you, wind up in dead or in jail. You see what happened to Bobby Smurda, rapping about how he killed somebody, and next he's in jail. And it's just not a cool thing. You don't want to mess your mental life up and your spiritual life up as well, man. You want to do something that's going to help you long term in your life, man. So stop trying to please others, man. Just be yourself. But yeah, man, it's your boy Young Lee Jr. here. You guys continue to like, comment, and subscribe. That's how I feel about the whole Tekashi 6ix9ine situation. I hope you are blessed, and I pray that he has a speedy recovery. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe to this video. Thank you for my new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys who come out here with new content. But yeah, man, you guys, let's have a discussion on this, man. Rap and hip hop, man, it's really not the same as it used to be. But even though he doesn't really talk about anything in substance, but I don't think he deserves this. Like, he needs to kind of stop this, man, in a way, man. Before it's too late. I really want his soul to be, saved, because he is part of the youth. And, Satan, he has this war on the youth, man. He has his hands on it. And the reason is because we are the future. All right, and he's just barring off a lost time. So, but yeah, I'm out. You guys continue to subscribe. Have a speedy recovery, Mr. Tekashi. I'm out. Deuces.